Libra, Libra, Libra. What's going on? We are here today because we are going to do your love reading for December. So we want to check out the energies for December. And we want to see how the month is going to treat you. December energies have the tendency to be pungent sometimes, I've noticed. My Decembers have this really weird quality to them that I compare, and I spoke about this on another video that I was doing for another sign. I don't remember, unfortunately, but which one it was. But oh yes, I remember, it was a Scorpio. I was doing the Scorpio video for December, their love reading, and I was telling Scorpio that I find the energies of December to be very similar to that of the sign of Scorpio, which is kind of strange. But I am a lot into poetry, and I really like reading, especially I really love Robert Frost and his poetry, and he uses a lot of winter imagery to represent darkness, to represent death, suicide, and to me that's the thing about December, because December, it's pretty much at the beginning of winter. I think it is the door to an underworld. To me, there is a mystery to winter, a darkness that I'm pretty sure is universal, but I feel it. For some reason I feel that there is this weird connection. This weird connection with Scorpio, and so I asked Scorpio, how do you interpret the energy, December energies? How do you feel on the month of December? I don't think I'll get an answer because I don't allow comments on my videos, but I would like for some of you to think about that. How do you feel the energy in December affects you? Either way, Libra, I want you to think about how the energies of the month of December affects you. And with that, we're going to start your reading. We have the Page of Swords, Nine of Coins, Six of Coins. Okay, so this is a very precautious energy here, because it's a Page of Swords, and these pages are all about being head-on and straight, marching straight ahead, and acting on impulse, especially, well, mostly the Page of Wands, but this person, because this is the Suit of Swords, can be someone who speaks before they think. That's one interpretation. This is also a very young energy. It symbolizes something, usually a child, but something that's brand new. That could be like a child in concept. Something that's just started, that's not mature, that hasn't grown, that's not developed, it's not fully developed, that is this beginning towards the road to development. So it's a child in concept. So what are we talking about here? Is this a new relationship? Is this a connection that's on the beginning stages? Well, there is Nine of Coins. Nine of Coins, I've said this before many times. A lot of people use this card to represent singlehood, and I can see why. And so, but this also represents richness and luxury and being surrounded by beautiful things and being the queen of your domain, whether you're a queen or not. Or a king, why not? Whatever you feel comfortable using as a reference point for you. That's what this is. And the Six of Coins is about being generous. And so, at least for me, that is the definition that I have for it in my head. It's about being generous. So, when you have all this luxury, You can afford to be generous, can't you? Yes, you can. You definitely can be afford to be generous with other people. So, my dear Libra, my intellectual Libra, Libra the librarian, listen. You can afford to be generous with your feelings if you choose to. With these new connections coming your way, whatever this is that's just beginning, nurture it. Allow yourself to be nurturing. Okay? Because you can. Look, the King of Cups is showing up. Mature feelings, being in control of your feelings. This could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. Because you could control your feelings so much that you suffocate them. And being that this is the Page of Swords, this tells me clearly that there is a new connection coming up. But that at the moment the feelings are restrained. So you know that I like you, I know that you like me, but we are holding our horses here. Okay? Which is really funny because the Nine of Wands is all about standing your ground, and you could be controlling your emotions so much that you're saying, no, I'm not opening the door here. I'm not letting you in. I'm standing my ground because I refuse to be vulnerable, which is pretty much an issue with you, air signs. But luckily, your intelligence is not only intellectual, there is also an esoteric quality to it. And because you understand this intellectually, your intuition will be your breaking point. Because your intuition is going to show you that this is real. So when your intuition kicks in, do me a favor and listen to it. You can stand your ground on many different topics, subjects, concepts, ideas. Why not stand your ground when it comes to your intuition? When your intuition tells you this person is right for you, let it happen. Let him or her in. Stand your ground and decide that you will let them in. Wow. Aquarius is coming. The Four of Wands. It showed up reversed. I don't do reversals, so if it's reversed, it's because it wants it to be reversed, okay? So we're just going to let it be. Yes, there is a psychic connection, which is not surprising. There's definitely a psychic connection. I mean, look at the Queen of Cups on this deck. She is waist deep into a cup of water. I think it's a cup of water because you can see it's a vessel. Okay, there's a roundness to it. The frame cuts the edges, but there is a roundness which tells me she is in a vessel. She is submerged halfway through. There is sort of like a halo. It might not be easy for the camera. I don't think the camera is picking it up, but there is kind of like a halo around her head. This speaks of the psychic connection that can be achieved when you have a connection with another human being. And I've said this before and I'm saying it again. When you are in love with somebody, is the easiest time for you to create these psychic connections, because you are really, really in sync. Your minds are really, really in tune. So this is the best time to have these telepathic experiences. A lot of people who are in love do have these experiences. And so this tells me, listen, there are all these hidden secrets. I mean, the High Priestess is here. She's saying, she's telling you, she's underneath the Six of Coins. So this is how it goes. She's telling you, be generous, and I will reveal all these secrets that I so jealously guard. You are going to understand what it feels like to have a deep psychic and emotional connection with another being when you open yourself up and you allow it to happen. But for that, the trial is that you must allow yourself to be vulnerable, and you need to stop trying to control everything that has to do with your emotions. Not that control is bad. You do have to have a balance and have a little bit of control. But too much control is not a good thing. Okay? And so, Gemini, you don't show up here as the card that represents you on the tarot, but the star card, which is the star that represents Aquarius, the card, sorry, that represents Aquarius, tells me, yeah, this is air. This is a confirmation that this is definitely happening in your head. The Four of Wands upside down. That to me, this is the card of commitment. This is the card of actual marriage. And I think this is how a lot of people read it. This is also a card of celebration, right? And it is upside down. Well, this could mean a couple of things. But in my head, what it tells me, because this is a card that represents commitment too, because when we're talking about marriage, that is a really big commitment. It could say also something along the lines of, listen, just because you are allowing a connection with this person doesn't mean that everything has to be set on stone. It doesn't have to trap you. You don't have to be married to this person. It's just a connection. Let it flow. Okay? It's not like we are signing our souls away on a contract to the devil or with the devil. Allow the situation to unfold and let's see where it goes. It's not a marriage contract. Don't be afraid. Okay? The star is here to shine a light. Also, of course, the typical reading for this card is that of hope. So maybe you're hoping that this connection is not going to trap you. Because that's the thing, you don't want to feel bounded. That's okay, because you can always free yourself. But you have to allow the connection to happen. This is definitely, it has an air of karmic lesson to it. And usually, well, I'm looking at the High Priestess, and she usually holds the scrolls to the Torah. At least on the Rider-Waite she does, which is the deck that I started learning. Well, I think that's what when I started learning this system, this tradition of reading the tarot, the Rider-Waite was the very first deck that I got. And I remember that I always look at it, I always go back to it because it's my basis. So, High Priestess is here holding a scroll. You can't really see what it is, but it definitely holds the secrets to the esoteric world. And she's telling you these things are real. They're hidden. But you have to, if you want to know them, you have to sacrifice yourself. The shortest distance for you to understand hidden knowledge. And Libra, I know you are all about knowledge. My father is a Libra, and he has a very extensive library because he is a voracious reader. He likes knowing things. I know that is a quality that you Libras have. you are very much interested in this secret because you want to know for the sake of knowing. Okay, because to you it's an addiction. You need to know. So if you want to know, love is the shortest path to get to that knowledge. But just because it's the shortest doesn't mean doesn't mean that it is the easiest. Okay? You have to work a lot on yourself. And letting go, it's hard to do. That's why breakups are kind of hard to do for people. Which reminds me of a song by a band called The Violent Femmes that says that breaking up is easy to do. I suppose it is for air signs, but in general it isn't. So that's what I have for you guys. Enjoy your reading, and hopefully December is going to teach you how to deal with these energies. And I'll see you later. Okay? Enjoy your reading. Bye.